Hello.
Howdy.
How's it going?
Fine.
Okay. So if I feel a little off this week, it's because I'm extremely tired.
Yeah.
Just driven 9 hours from the old Indy town, Indianapolis.
Right.
Rolled your eyes real hard right there. But what was I gonna say? But yeah, so we're doing this on a Monday. We would normally put them out on Tuesday, Monday night, 6:00.
Well, we record it usually on Sunday morning.
So we got some hardcore dedication to this thing that no one listens to. Am I right?
Right. We listen. I listen to it about
I
twice.
was about to say, so we get 2 downloads a week. All right. So, I have some interesting movie news this week.
Okay.
Actually, have you heard about the Avengers 4 news?
I heard the girl got cast.
Yeah. So, spoiler alert if you don't want to hear anything about this, but they cast a girl as basically Hawkeye.
2.0.
Girl?
Hot girl.
Hot girl.
Not hot girl. That's
No,
DC.
that's different.
Yeah.
But Hawkeye / girl. Her name's
Kate Bishop.
Kate Bishop.
Kate Bishop.
Yeah. Interesting.
Is
I don't
that
know.
confirmed? I know she's confirmed to be in it, but I didn't think that was her role confirmed yet.
I don't think they've confirmed her role yet, but pretty sure people like have that locked down. But who knows? You know,
Yeah, you never know.
Could be whatever. And other Avengers 4 news is we're getting the trailer before the end of 2018,
Oh,
which is sweet.
yeah.
So that'll probably be either in November, but I don't think they'll put it out like near Christmas. So
Maybe.
they could drop it right on top of
Like
Aquaman release. Just be mean.
Yeah.
And then the other Marvel news is they've shifted around the movies because of Guardians of the Galaxy 3 and all that.
Yeah.
So we got the Eternals. Eternals. ETHER. That's just Eternals to me.
Are you sure?
Eternals. I
Why is
copied
there
and
an H
pasted
in there?
that.
What was your source? Wikipedia?
The internet.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Eternals.
I'm sure it is. That sounds more right than Eternals.
Yeah.
But do you know what that's about?
Mm-mm.
It's basically like the first superhumans, superpowered
okay.
humans. So
Right.
the Celestials did experiments on humans and gave them superpowers.
Right.
So you remember last week when I was like, Morgan Freeman should be a Celestial? That could come true.
Nice.
And then there's supposed to be a Black Widow movie, which
Right.
is only interesting to me if you bring other characters in. Because I really don't care that much about Black Widow. No
Yeah.
offense. But they tried to give
I mean,
her like...
it's basically just some spy movie at that point, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. But if you bring in
Other people.
other people, like if you bring in Bucky or something like that to help her, be a little more interesting. You could also build Bucky's character if they're going to make him Captain America.
True. Also, I don't know if you heard or not, but to confirm people coming back for Infinity War are
Oh yeah, I heard those.
those
are like
Frank Grillo.
Those are really spoilery. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So Crossbones and the ancient one.
yeah, Tilda Swinton,
Yeah, I can't remember her name.
bald-headed lady.
Is
Yeah,
she
they're-
always bald-headed, or is
She's-
that just for the
No,
role?
she's bald-headed in that movie. I apologize.
Okay, I was about to say. That's dedication.
But yeah, she's like what's it called? She's like a ghost right now, right?
Well, she died, yeah, in Strange.
Yeah, she died and she's like, so stuff's gonna go back. Is basically what
Unless it's like some flashback or something, but I think it's
things are gonna go
time
back.
travel or something.
What if we
Yeah.
just get a like a
montage movie?
montage of everything going backwards? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Just every single movie they've ever created.
yeah.
Even throw in like, what's it called? Hulk in there and stuff like that.
Oh God,
Wouldn't that be interesting?
it would be. Oh yeah. Oh.
Ugh.
No, they're bringing Ben Affleck's Daredevil too.
Ben
They
Affleck.
go that far back. The movie,
Oh,
because
oh,
that's
Lord.
Marvel.
Is that a?
It's Marvel, yeah.
That's out there for a Marvel property. They didn't
Yeah.
know what they were doing, huh?
Didn't they do Elektra too? Okay, okay. Yeah.
Did they make an Elektra
I'm pretty sure
movie?
they did.
Sheesh.
I thought so.
No, I think you're right. You remember that scene in Daredevil when she's cutting like sandbags?
Right.
Dude, it is playing like the most stereotypical 90s song of all time. You know what I'm talking about. Oh my god. Okay. Other good, at least I think it's good news. There's the Boba Fett movie it's not happening.
Right.
Thank God. That movie, I don't need to see any more of him. And then Wonder Woman's date got pushed back,
Right.
which I don't know about that one. I
But-
never like a movie's date being pushed back.
Yeah.
Because it either says one of two things. It's like, we're not ready, or we don't know what we're doing. You know what I mean?
Doo-doo, yeah.
Or it's crap. Yeah, so if it goes, like, if this week they're like, we pushed it back, and then they hide the fact that they're doing reshoots for like another 2 months, and then they go reshoots for Wonder Woman, I'll be like, uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
But I hope not. I think that's the one property they have that's actually pretty good, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll actually talk about that in a
We
minute.
will.
We will indeed. All right, that's all I got. Not that interesting.
Yeah.
Hey, this is Critically Average. Forgot to, what's it
BT
called?
Dubs, yeah.
Tell that at the beginning. We don't have a theme song or anything yet, so who freaking cares? Just hop right in. You can find us on Stitcher, Spotify, YouTube, iTunes, Castos, and SoundCloud, and at Twitter at Podcast Average. You ready to do this list, man?
Yeah, man.
We got a big list this week, so let me explain. So last week we teased doing like our best actors. We'll do actresses later.
Yes.
And so we went for best actors, and then Elijah was like, hey, did you make your list yet? And I was like, no, haven't yet. He said, let's do something interesting. So I said, all right. And so basically what we did is we took our best actors, we made a list.
Yeah,
and then
just like you would normal.
Just like we would normal. And then we went and looked at their filmography and gave them either a +1 or a -1 for
Right.
their movie, and then scored it based on that.
The difference, yeah.
So this mine actually turned out to be pretty accurate to who I
mine did
like
too.
more. But this isn't an exact replica of who we like more.
Yeah. It's just a little controversy or
Little grading scale.
because like there could be a movie you love on here that I gave them a -4 or something like that.
Exactly.
If someone else is listening.
Or there could be an actor that's like you love a lot, but you have to give them a negative because they
Right.
have a shit movie out
Like
there.
my number 1, for instance,
Wow. I
That's
wonder who
3.
that is.
has 3.
He has 3 minuses and he's
3
number 1.
minuses. Yeah.
God,
Because he
how
had a
many
lot of
movies-
good ones.
How many movies of him did you see? Okay, let's
He had
get into
7 good ones.
Let's
That's
get into
why.
it. Let's get into
All right,
it.
I'll go first.
Oh, by the way, I did this on my way back from Indie Town. So it's all on a piece of paper. So if you hear rustling, that's what I'm doing. I'm
Did you
referring?
did you just do there or did you write like the movies too?
Oh, I got the movies all written down and everything.
Good. Yeah,
Yep.
then that's
Hey, that's what I
all
was not
list.
doing in the car. I'd get car sick if I did all that. If I wrote it all down, so I just wrote it down real quick.
Yeah.
So I might have to decipher my own handwriting there for a minute.
Oh.
All right, number 10.
All right. I have John Krasinski.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. And we did TV shows too. At least I did.
Oh, I didn't.
You didn't do TV
I
shows?
just did movies. Well,
Okay.
I mean, I don't think any of them really.
John?
He is. I didn't count The Office though. That's what
Okay.
I'm saying.
All right.
He would have probably. Okay, he would have moved up to 9, I guess, if I
Gotcha.
counted The Office.
So what'd you give him plus for?
So A Quiet Place,
Yep.
13 Hours, and Leatherheads.
Okay.
Yep. And then the minuses were Monsters vs. Aliens.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And License to Wed.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was in either one of those movies.
Yeah. So.
Well, John doesn't have a huge filmography because he's
Yeah,
been
he's-
spending a lot of time doing TV shows.
That's true.
So I think if you gave him TV shows, he'd go up.
Well,
I haven't seen
got The
Jack
Office?
Ryan yet.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Apparently
I'm
it's
sure
pretty-
that's good.
Apparently it's all right.
I'm sure it's
All
good.
right.
But this is, again, I don't think you've said this or not. This is only stuff we've seen.
Yes.
So, nothing.
So we're not like, I mean, it would take us forever. Some of mine have
Yeah.
75 movies that they've done,
Exactly.
and I'm going to sit there and go back and be like, what's Jeepers Creepers 7 or whatever that they did to get their career started. So 1, right? He had 1
He had
point.
a +1, yeah.
Nice. All right. There you are, friend. Okay, my number 10 is Daniel Craig,
Okay.
and he got hold on, I'll get into this. So he's
Hold
got
it.
Logan Lucky.
Is this your plus?
I gave him a plus, yeah.
Okay.
Spectre, gave him a plus. I like that movie. It's all right. Skyfall, that's one of my favorites.
Okay.
The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo,
All right.
it's a plus. Quantum of Solace is a hard minus.
Okay, so you switched.
Hard.
them.
Yeah, I'm just going on the way I did it.
Okay.
Can we go plus? It makes more sense.
You,
but-
you do you.
Tomb Raider, way back when.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen that movie. Doo-doo. And then Cowboys versus Aliens.
Oh, man.
That's egregious. That's real bad. But I gave him an extra 2 pluses for Casino Royale because that's like the most perfect James Bond movie of all time. Okay?
Right.
He's still number 10, so I thought, I'll give him 2 funny pluses.
Yeah.
But he made the most perfect James Bond movie of all time. I think Casino Royale is like the bar, like unless you're gonna make him campy, that's where you want to get it to.
Right.
So he got 3 plus.
Plus 3? Wow.
I've seen a lot of movies.
I know. That's true. All right. My number 9?
Yep.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I haven't seen a whole lot, so that's why he's so low.
Mm-hmm.
So I got Doctor Strange,
Yep.
my ups, Imitation Game, and Infinity War.
Okay.
And then the downs, I have Star Trek and Zoolander 2.
Oh, you've seen Zoolander too?
Yeah.
Is it not good?
No.
He's in that.
Yeah.
Wow. I think I flew past it because I knew I hadn't seen it. So it's bad?
That's real bad.
Is Zoolander 1 a good movie?
It's better.
Okay. Would you give it a plus or a minus?
Probably still a minus.
Okay.
If he was on that one. So that's a +1 again.
Okay.
So I just liked those ones better.
The movies he did better.
than
Gotcha.
John. Anyway.
Okay. My number 9 is my first Tom. I've only got 2 Toms, but my first Tom is Tom Holland.
Nice.
He is an up-and-comer, and I really like him more because of what he does off the screen than what he does on the screen. He's a great actor.
Yeah.
But I love his personality. He's hilarious. So I got Infinity War, Spider-Man: Homecoming. Those are pluses. I'll do the pluses first, like you did. So I got Infinity War, Spider-Man: Homecoming, Civil War, In the Heart of the Sea, which I don't know if anyone's seen that. And then The Lost City of Z, and that's a negative. I've talked enough about that movie on here. Feel bad for him because he really has nothing to do with that movie being bad.
Yeah.
But it's a bad movie, so he gets the negative on that. So he's a +3 as well. But I just like what he's been doing more than Daniel Craig. So, yeah. Daniel Craig has some real bad ones in there.
Yeah.
So, you got to knock him a few times for that.
Yes.
So what's your number 8?
Michael B. Jordan.
Okay.
Yeah. So pluses, I got Black Panther,
Mm-hmm.
Creed, and Chronicle. And then the minus is Fantastic Four, obviously.
Oh, I feel so bad for him on that one. I feel like anyone in that movie is oops.
Tainted now.
Yeah.
You did that?
It's not their fault, though. They're they signed up for it and they went, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe I shouldn't have accepted $12 million. Okay.
Yeah.
My number 8 is, okay, let me preface by saying,
Oh, God.
whatever allegations maybe come upon this individual, I'm not judging him on allegations of weird sexual things that may have happened, is Kevin Spacey.
Nice.
But he's a really, really good actor, so it's like, and I like his movies. And I'm not even going to go there, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm basically,
right.
you asked me who my
Based it
favorite
off of-
actors were. Before that came out, he's one of my favorite actors, and I still don't know what to think about that whole situation. So I'm just going to move on and base it on his movies alone. He's got a lot of them.
Yeah.
What is HOC? House of Cards. Sorry. So remember I said, so he's got House of Cards.
For me, I would know.
He's got Baby Driver.
Yeah.
That was the last one he did before. Oh, I gave him hold on. I'll go back. 21. Have you ever seen that? It's like the Blackjack
card game?
movie.
Yeah.
It's actually,
With
I
Mark
like
Wahlberg?
it. I like it. What'd you say?
Is that Mark Wahlberg in it?
No, it's Jesse Eisenberg, I think. I think it's really young, early Jesse Eisenberg. Not too sure. Get back.
I'm thinking of The Gambler.
You
Mark
are
Wahlberg.
definitely thinking of The Gambler, 100%. No, that movie's bad. He's got American Beauty, which is a classic, and then Bug's Life.
Okay.
That's a plus. 7.
Yep.
Usual Suspects.
Yep.
And then I got 2 negatives for him. I got Superman. People have some fond memories to that Superman. I'm not a huge fan. Catches a plane and shit. And Kevin Spacey's
Bald.
You ready for this next negative? Can you guess it?
Boss Baby.
No, I haven't seen that
Baby
movie.
Boss. Boss Baby?
It's not a movie.
Oh, God. Infinity War.
Yes,
Fair.
Call of Duty.
Infinity Warfare? Yeah.
Infinite Warfare. Yeah, no, don't do that. Oh, man. I remember when that came out. Remember that? What'd you say?
I'm glad I knew that.
I remember when that came out. I was like, oh, Kevin's Spacey in that. I played that game. I was like, God. So, yeah, that's a negative. He's got +5.
That's good.
Yeah, he's got a lot of really good movies.
Yeah.
So
They've gone a little downhill, but because he did some really good ones, like Usual Suspects, 7.
House, American Beauty.
You said, yeah.
American Beauty is a classic, and then, yeah, Baby Driver's good.
Yeah. All right. Number 7, I have Heath Ledger.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Every week there's a.
Trying to think if I could make up enough points for him.
Well, let me give you some
Some
ups and
movies.
downs. Yeah. So I have Dark Knight, obviously.
Yeah.
That honestly could get 2 points.
I feel like that's a 2-pointer.
Yeah.
If you win an Oscar with it, you get an extra point.
Yeah. A Knight's Tale, which is another great movie.
That's a banger.
And then Patriot as the ups.
The Patriot.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's been a while since I've seen it, but I knew it was all right.
What it's about a war, but what war?
I don't know. Okay, downs. I was really hoping you didn't ask me that.
But you have fond memories of it, so
Yes.
that's the most important thing.
Yes. Can't remember everything.
Okay.
But, and then my only down is Brokeback Mountain.
Funny you say that. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
It's apparently a really good movie.
Brokeback Mountain?
Apparently.
No, I've heard it is too. I mean, it's just not my cup of tea.
It's just
Not because of the...
It's just kind of, it's long and weird.
Yeah, it's just not thrilling.
It's kind of boring too, you know? I think if it came out today, it wouldn't be nearly as hyped, you know?
True.
Just saying. We'll get back to Brokeback Mountain later.
Yes, we will.
Oh, really? On yours too?
Yeah, there's another actor in it.
Lit. All right, number 7. I got Christian Bale. You went silent.
I was waiting for you to rustle through your papers.
I found my paper.
There you go.
Sorry.
Good one.
It's a real high quality product we're producing here. All right, The Big Short.
Yes.
First off,
That's a great movie.
never mind. Out of the Furnace. Have you seen that?
Mm-mm.
I just watched it one day. Don't know why. Pretty good movie. It's about coal miners and stuff like that. It's a good movie, but I can't. It's been a long time since I watched it, but it's very sad. And then The Dark Knight, obviously.
Obviously.
I'm just giving it for that one. I mean, I could give him Batman Begins too if I wanted to. I'm not gonna give him The Dark Knight Rises, and then The Prestige, American Psycho. He didn't really have any downs. I haven't seen any bad movies with Christian Bale in them. I haven't seen Terminator. What's it called?
Yeah.
So, that would be a
Salvation?
down.
Is that
Salvation. But yeah, I should probably give him a negative for yelling at the crew of that movie. You remember that? His like breakdown he had. Someone pointed a
Faintly?
light. Someone pointed a light on him and he lost his shit. He's like, "I'm trying to act here. You put lights on me."
Oh, like someone walked by him and his light.
Yeah,
or
something
That's
happened.
Right.
He's like, "You,
Yeah.
I'm in the mind frame here. I'm acting."
Yeah, I remember that.
He's definitely like an actor. You know what I mean? He's all in it. I feel like he's a less pretentious Jared Leto. Because Jared Leto's all like, "I'm gonna be this character for a year and it's gonna be my life." Loser. Where are you at in this list, Jared? Nowhere.
Worst, maybe. All right.
Is that?
If we did a worst list.
Yeah,
Maybe.
he'd probably be on there.
All right.
I'm not a huge fan.
Number 6.
Yes, sir.
Idris Elba. Although in my phone it autocorrected to Edits Elba. So.
Yeah, my phone did not like Idris at all. It was
Right?
like, huh? What? Huh?
Yeah. Anyway, so my
Iris? Ibis. Eyelids.
Anyway, back to
Iris.
my plus.
Okay. All right.
All right, so I got Thor.
Which, the original?
Huh? Yeah.
You giving that a plus?
Mhm.
Interesting.
Thor Ragnarok.
That's definitely a plus.
Beast of No Nation.
Mm-hmm.
Pacific Rim.
Yeah.
And Zootopia.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then my downs are Finding Dory.
I haven't seen that, so I didn't have to give him a down on that one.
Nice.
Spoiler alert.
Star Trek again.
Man!
And Thor to the Dark World.
Definitely a down. That movie's doo-doo. And to be honest, giving him like like he's barely in it, and the parts that he's in are the good parts. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, but
Because in the first 2 Thor movies, they use him as a gatekeeper, you know? And then they're finally like, hey, you know, Heimdall's actually... Or I guess they didn't. Taika Waititi was like, Heimdall's actually a character. Let's use him, you know? So, then they kill him. Spoiler alert. I love Idris Elba. All right, my next one is Benedict Cumberbatch.
Nice.
Which you've already gone over. But I think I have a little more...
Yeah.
little more movies. Infinity War.
Yep.
That's going to be a plus for anyone that's in that. And then Thor Ragnarok.
Oh, I didn't think it was in it enough to count it, but
that's my favorite part of...
that's a really good part, though.
Exactly.
So.
That's why I'm going to give it to him.
Okay.
Okay, we'll give it a half. How about that?
Okay.
So he's back at 5.5, which
We're
is still
just
high.
making this up as we go.
We are, for sure. I give him Sherlock. I know you're not doing TV shows, but that's like what made him famous.
Yeah.
So you got to give him one. Doctor Strange is a plus. The Hobbit.
Put a dragon.
Hard negative. That movie sucks.
You played a dragon, right?
Yeah, he's a very good dragon. Once again, he's the good part of that movie, but since the whole movie sucks, he gets a negative. The Imitation Game, that's a plus.
Fantastic.
12 Years a Slave,
Yep.
it's a plus. And Star Trek Into Darkness, you gave it a negative. I gave it a plus. I like that movie. The only thing I don't like about that movie is that they retcon the whole thing by just giving him blood. He dies, and then they're like, oh, here, Captain
They cured
Kirk.
death, yeah.
Have Benedict Cumberbatch's blood, now you'll never die. You know?
Yep.
It's lame. Never do that in your movies.
We'll talk about that later.
Indeed.
Yeah.
All right.
Number 5.
Yes.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
You nailed it. Proud of you.
Because I knew you would correct me, and you would say it just like that, too.
Gyllenhaal.
There you go. All right. Ups, we got Nightcrawler,
Yep.
Southpaw,
Yep.
Stronger.
Never seen it.
It's about the Boston Marathon.
Oh, yeah.
And then
I should watch that.
End of Watch.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
on Hulu. And then the Downs, Brokeback Mountain again. And Prince of Persia.
Oh, you've seen that? Yeah, I scrolled right past it. I was like, good thing I haven't seen that one. I think I've seen every, besides Stronger, clearly. I think I've seen all the, like, Jake Gyllenhaal movies that are decent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I just went through his, like, one day I was like, dude, I like this actor, and just went through and watched all his movies, like, over 80 on IMDb.
Yeah.
So, or Rotten Tomatoes.
Right.
Yeah, I like Jake Gyllenhaal. Good actor. I'm excited for him in Mysterio.
Yeah.
It took everything in my power not to just give him a 1 because I know it's going to be good, but I was like, it could be bad, Will.
That's
It
true.
could be bad. It won't be.
Well, I mean, yeah, right.
Knocking on wood.
Because it was like phase 1 and 2 was up and down for good or bad movies.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's just like, yeah, they're going to be good.
They're either good or they're either great or they're good. Like,
Yeah.
Ant-Man and the Wasp is apparently just good.
It's just good, yeah.
But it's not like Infinity War, Black Panther, you know what I mean? Doctor Strange, again, it's just good.
Yeah.
It's not great, but it's not like a boring shit show like
Right.
Venom. You know? So, yeah. Number 5, Leonardo.
Oh, nice.
So I got The Revenant.
Of course.
That's a plus. I know people I know and people on the internet like to say that movie is just like boring. And I get it, but that's the point. It like this is like super pretentious film nerd of me,
Right.
but like the whole cinematography of that movie is to get you to realize just how fucking cold it is.
Yep.
And how lonely it is. So
Yep.
you spend a lot of the movie with no one doing nothing because that's exactly what Leo's doing.
Yep.
And it puts you in that. You're like, come on, let something happen. And then something happens and you're like, never mind, go back. So, yeah. Okay. And then The Wolf of Wall Street,
Yeah.
which when I heard about that movie, I was like, there's no way that's good, right? And I watched it and I was like, that's incredibly good and incredibly raunchy at the same time.
Yeah.
And I love it. I don't know.
It still to this day holds the record for most cuss words in a movie.
Yeah, most F-bombs, too. It's like 236 F-bombs.
Yeah.
I'm like, gosh, in 3 hours? Yeesh. That's almost that's more than one a minute.
I didn't want to open my mouth because I'd say something dumb like that, but
But there's scenes where, like, he just goes, fuck, just over and over again.
yeah.
My favorite. I'm not fucking leaving! All right. Django Unchained. It's a great scene in there where he cuts his own hand but keeps going.
Right.
Inception, Shutter Island,
Mm-hmm.
The Departed. These
Mhm.
are all pluses, by the way. Catch Me If You Can, and then his one minus is Titanic. Pretty bad. I don't like that movie. I think it's probably because of when I was shown it.
Right. Yeah.
Like I was like 7
still
when
young.
people showed it to me. I was like, this is dumb. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah. So he's got a lot of pluses. He's got 6. So my top 4 were 6, 6, 7, 7.
Oh wow.
So yeah.
Yeah, mine weren't. My number 1 is 4.
Gotcha.
So
You're
Alright.
much more liberal with your minuses.
what you mean?
Like you're like minus Star Trek, minus
Oh,
this.
right.
And I'm like, oh, I kind of like that movie.
Yeah. All right. Number 4.
Don't get me wrong, Star Trek as like a film, pretty bad. But I kind of,
But as a nerd,
as I just like it. But yeah,
All right. Number 4 for me is Chris Evans.
nice.
So we
Gosh,
got.
he's got a lot.
Yeah.
He's got
That's
a-
why he's so high because
Yeah,
he has
yeah.
a lot.
He's got more movies.
Infinity War.
Yep.
The first Captain America. Avengers.
Okay.
Civil War. Winter Soldier. Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
Then the downs we have Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four 2.
Damn.
Not Another Teen Movie. And What's Your Number?
What the hell? Okay, so you've seen those last two.
Yes.
So
So
what is not another teen movie?
it's a spoof movie
Okay.
of just any any high school movie.
Okay.
Like a Mean Girls.
How old was he in that?
It was right before Fantastic Four.
Okay, so he's like
He was younger, but
he's like
still
what
an adult.
he's like what Hollywood would call teenager when they cast
yeah.
teenagers for teenage movies.
Yeah,
But they're really like 26 years old.
Yep.
Got it.
Yeah, and then What's Your Number is about how many guys some girls slept with, and he was like the main character guy. Anyway, not the main character, but one
That's
of
what
them.
that movie's about. I was like, "What's your number? What's that about? Is that like
Yeah,
a
it's
math movie or something?"
No, how many guys this chick slept with, or
That's
something.
kind of okay.
Yeah, he went through that phase where he's
The bad boy, right? Because he was kind of like bad boy Johnny Storm, right?
and he was just trying to do not what he's doing now kind of movies,
Anything he could get.
basically.
You got to start somewhere.
It's true.
I mean, Jake Gyllenhaal. You should see his early filmography. He did like Critters or something.
Well,
No, that's
Leo.
That's Leo.
That's Leo. Yeah.
Jake Gyllenhaal did.
Because I did a report on him in college.
Jake did like did he do Gremlins or something? Can't remember what it was. He
Who?
did some.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah,
Did like was that
he did Donnie Darko, but that's actually a
didn't he
good
do, like,
movie.
Bubble Boy or something?
I think Bubble Boy might be. But yeah, like a lot of people get their start in horror movies,
Yeah.
and I think the reason they get picked up is because they stand out because horror movie actors are so doo doo. You
Yeah.
know, like hey, that Leo kid, we need to get him off this set into a better set right now because he's
Yeah.
actually good, and all these other people are like
Yep.
shitty horror movies. Kevin Spacey, dude, when I went back and looked at his like early career, he had like 17 horror movies before he got
Jesus.
picked up. Yeah, he's definitely an older actor. Like got better with age. That was your 4. My 4 is Idris Elba.
Ah.
So let me tell you why. Okay. Infinity War.
Yep.
Luther. That's
Wait,
T.
you count him for Infinity War?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, he was in it 5 minutes and died.
Okay, I'll take Infinity War off. Luther. Thor Ragnarok. Star Trek Beyond. I don't know. What? That's the best one.
Well, you're comparing like 3 kids wearing Crocs and saying, "Hey, that guy has the nicest Crocs."
Man,
There.
that's a great analogy. It's incredible.
He's got the little decals in the hole.
Yeah, no, like one is camo with like, you know, and then one is like bright orange
Mm-hmm.
with what do you call it? What's like the lamest like plug-in that you can get?
Oh, like I don't know,
You know what I
Hello
mean?
Kitty or some.
Oh,
knockoff.
fidget spinner. Okay,
Fidget spinner,
moving
there
on.
you go.
And then the last kid has just like a normal black pair of Crocs, and you're like, those are okay. Man, that's
My
just
point-
rude.
Exactly.
It's the best one, okay?
Okay.
The first one's pretty bad. The second one's better. It's got Leonard Nimoy in it.
Okay.
Okay, all right. Moving on. You don't like The Jungle Book? I gave him a minus for that. I don't like that movie.
The new one?
Yeah, it's
Right?
lame,
Yeah.
dude.
Who cares?
It's lame. He's great in it though. As a tiger, he's the only like you're like, whoa, that dude. his voice is good. Zootopia, that's a plus. Beast of No Nation, that's a plus.
Yep.
Age of Ultron, that's a plus. Thor: The Dark World, that's a hard minus. Pacific Rim, it's a plus. Thor, I gave him a minus. And The Wire, it's a TV show way back yonder where he got his start, and he is very good in that. There's
a
scene.
Down or up?
Huh?
Was The Wire up or no?
That's a plus for sure.
Okay.
That whole television show is good, but his scenes in that are really, really good.
Gotcha.
And he's not in it for the whole time, so but there's a scene in that where like he's like ranting, and that's like you get to see like what do you call it? Like mad big Idris, and you're like, oh jeez, Louise. I think that's
didn't give him The Office,
right? I think that's oh dude, I forgot about him.
He was there for like a whole season.
Man, he's got a lot of stuff, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And what's it called? He does a lot of cool stuff too. He doesn't do just like lame, like Leo does. No offense, Leo, but you just do like lame Oscar movies, right?
Yeah.
Like you got great movies, but you don't do anything fun.
Yeah.
Idris goes, he's like, here, I'll do this serious movie. I'll do Luther, which is like a serious deep dive into, cops in the British realm. And then he's like, then I'll go do Infinity War and have fun, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And be a guy holding a sword and cool and shit.
And go fight giant robots.
All right. Yeah, exactly. Pacific Rim.
Have you seen The Dark Tower?
No.
Okay.
I bet that would be a hard negative, though.
Yeah, I heard it was too. That's why I thought you did for some reason. I thought you would put it on there.
I really wanted to until I heard the ratings. It was
Yeah.
just, yeah.
My number 3?
Mm-hmm.
Leo.
Nice.
Yep. I mean, you said them all already, but
Damn
I'll
it.
still say
I'm
them.
sorry. We've seen a lot of Leo movies together.
Yeah. Revenant. These are all pluses. Wolf on Wall Street, Inception, Shutter Island, The Departed. Then my downs are Titanic and Django. So I gave Django a down.
Why?
Because I just doesn't get me jazzed anymore.
Wow.
I don't know. I saw it the first time, it was alright, and then I saw it again and just did not enjoy it. Leo again was good, but
maybe I need to go back and watch it. Maybe I was like,
or don't. It's whatever.
Well, I get what you're saying.
So.
No, I think I still like that movie.
I'm sure.
I'm a hold true.
It's not a bad movie. It's just.
It doesn't get you jazzed?
Yeah.
Like 50% jazzed?
Yeah, it's like a 45 maybe.
Gotcha. All right. Interesting. So that gave him 3 or 4?
Let's see. Revenant, Wolf, Inception, Shutter Island, and Departed. So I gave him +3.
Got it. I'm sorry. Are we waking you up, buddy? Okay. That was your number 2? 3. Mine is Tom Hardy. The other Tom. Tom. Those two need to be together in a movie. That's Tom Holland. I'm sorry.
They could be. Venom and Spider-Man.
Tom, where are you? Tom? Found him. Sorry. All right. Venom. That's a negative. Dunkirk. Plus. I think these are all pluses. All pluses from here on out. Dunkirk. Revenant.
So Venom was his only...
Yeah.
Okay.
Dunkirk. Revenant. Mad Max. The Drop. Dark Knight Rises. Warrior. Inception. What is BHP? BHD. Black Hawk Down. Got it. I'm a genius. It's been a rough day. Okay. Black Hawk Down.
Nice.
There you go. +7.
So only one down. Nice.
Yeah. Oh. He doesn't have that many bad ones, to be honest with you.
Well, there's...
I just haven't seen
2
it.
you haven't seen that are on mine.
Exactly.
I'm trying to spoil it.
What's your number 2?
My number 2 is Ryan Gosling.
Nice.
Yeah. This is the only one that didn't have a down for me.
Lit.
So, we got Drive, Nice Guys, Remember the Titans, and The Big Short.
Nice.
Haven't seen Blade Runner. I almost gave it a point just because how much you praise it, but
that's fine. It's a very...
I haven't seen La La Land.
Very
and
divisive movie, Blade Runner. If you like Blade Runner, you like Blade Runner. If you don't,
gotcha.
you won't. So don't worry about it.
Yeah. And there's some other movies I just haven't seen of his.
I gave him a funny down because I did the exact same thing, and I was like, "Oh, come on, he can't be that good." So I went back and I found something, and I was like, "I have seen, I think the episode where he was in it." That's what I'm spoiling. My number 2, Jake. By the way, Ryan Gosling. He's like my favorite. I don't know what it is. He just whatever character he does, he just nails it. So my number 2 is Jake Gyllenhaal.
Okay.
So. Here we go. Nightcrawler.
Yep.
Southpaw.
Yep.
Now, they're Prisoners.
Yep.
Did you have that in yours?
Mm-mm.
You haven't seen that?
Seen it.
It's good. You should watch that. Enemy. End of Watch. Source Code.
You gave that up?
You don't like Source Code?
I haven't seen it, but I've heard such bad things about it.
People just don't like it because of the ending, but the whole movie is actually good.
Okay.
People don't like people don't like the ending because it's too real for them. It's too real.
Okay.
It's like...
All right, save it for the internet.
Okay, all right. October Sky.
Never heard of it.
You never seen that?
Never heard of it.
You never heard of it?
It's
about kids launching rockets in the science fair. Okay, all right. And then his downs are Brokeback Mountain and Day After Tomorrow.
Yes,
because that movie sucks.
It do.
October Sky is about these kids in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, like West Virginia or something like that, and they enter a science fair and they make a rocket, and then I think they get hired by like NASA or something. But he's in it. It's really good. It's a classic movie. And then what was the other thing? Source Code. The ending is like it's too real for some people because it's like he's basically condemned to a life of nothingness, and people can't handle that. And I'm like, hey, gotta do what you gotta do.
Okay. I'll have to watch it myself.
They basically just use him to fix problems that happen in the real world. Like the whole thing is about a train blowing up, and they use him as an ex-military person to fix it. So go watch it. Tell me how you think. What you think?
All right, my number 1.
Let's hear it. I know who it is.
It's pretty obvious, but it's Tom Hardy.
Me. Tom. It's Tom. Tom Hardy's the best.
Yeah. So I got these are the pluses. I got Warrior, Dark Knight Rises, Mad Max Fury Road, Revenant, Inception, Dunkirk, The Drop.
Wowzers.
Then the downs, Venom, and then Lawless.
Okay.
And This Means War.
Oh, I do know This Means War.
So it's like some romantic comedy
that
he's in.
Oh, that's so long ago.
Yeah, it's not really his cup of tea or his forte to do stuff like that.
I'm pretty sure this is back when he was trying to figure out what he was doing, right?
Yeah, this was early Tom Hardy. But I have seen it.
Pre-Inception Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
That's kind of where he took off, right? Because
I think so.
All his good movies after that are after that. Have you seen Child 44?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, and then Lawless. Shia LaBeouf's in it. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, he doesn't quite sign up for the greatest things on the planet.
Yeah. Besides Fury, but even like in interviews and stuff.
No. I mean Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Fury. I think you meant Fury Road.
Oh, no.
I was like,
well,
no, Tom Hardy signs up for great stuff.
He's in interviews, Shia LaBeouf said his number one thing is not to embarrass Brad Pitt when filming. So, besides that, everything he's done is kind of buns.
I got you. So he got in Fury and was like, okay, I gotta perform here. He did a good job. He did.
Oh, he did. Really
I think he's great in that movie.
Yeah.
And I'd hope I wish he didn't fall off the deep end so that he could make stuff like that.
I don't know,
but
man, I got a great ringtone from it though.
What?
Huh?
Just do it?
Yeah, that's my ringtone. It was anyway.
Yeah, I mean, man, that was so weird when that came out.
Yeah.
I was like, what is this?
Well,
well, he did an art piece for it.
Yeah. Like college kids wrote him stuff and he would say it.
And it's like 40 minutes long. And I remember I sat there and watched all 40 minutes because I was like, I was just waiting to get to the Just Do It part. And then I was like, wait a minute, this is a lot more interesting than the Just Do It part. Like, there is some weird shit in here. There's 5 minutes of him sitting there with a motorcycle helmet on. Mm-hmm. That's it.
Yep.
That's some kid's art piece. Like, I want to be an art major, dude. It's like, hey.
Well, you don't get paid, so.
This is true. I mean, they have rich parents. They don't need anything. They're just like, yeah, go to college, get an education, would you? Please.
Sure.
All right. My number one. Spoiler alert. It's already been on your list.
Ryan.
Who do we all think it is?
Jared Leto.
No.
Jared.
It's Ryan. I can't find
It's
him.
on the back of one.
I found it. Ryan Gosling, baby. So he's got
Yes.
Blade Runner 2049.
Yep.
He's got
Wonderful.
Nice Guys, which could be like 4 pluses. Let's be realistic.
That's a great movie.
Because it's like him out of his element. He's done like all dramas, and then they're like, hey, let's give him a comedy, and he nails it. Great movie. And then La La Land. I know you haven't seen it. It's really good. I like musicals because I'm lame. And The Big Short.
Great.
The Place Beyond the Pines. I know you haven't seen that. Great movie. It's got what's his face in it?
Mm-hmm.
Bradley Cooper. The Ides of March. Have you seen that?
I know what it is. I just haven't seen it.
It's a good movie.
I know the cover. It's Time Magazine.
Yeah,
on
it's
his
got
face.
half Ryan and half what's his face? George Clooney.
George Clooney. I was like,
Drive.
George Clinton.
Drive is a plus. Remember the Titans is a plus. And then I gave him one funny down because I was like going through his filmography. I scrolled all the way to the bottom and I was about to just close up my phone. I was like, there's nothing down here. Goosebumps.
Oh.
The TV show. I'm
Right.
pretty sure I watched the one episode he's actually in. Pretty sure it's like a Salem witch kind of episode.
Of course.
Something like that. I remember way back. I can tell you the classroom I did it in. 7th grade, blank middle school. You know which one I'm talking about.
Yeah, the middle school you went to.
Exactly. That one. There was this really bitchy English teacher. She was the head of student council. Watched it in her classroom because she was out. Substitute. Watch Goosebumps. There's this down. That's a deep dive right there. Bro.
That very is. Is very much.
Oh, man. All
That's
right.
That was fun. So we can use that same method for a lot of other stuff too.
Yes, sir.
Like if we do actresses soon, if we do worst something, if we do
Yeah, not to
don't
be
know,
like
something
we're
else.
totally sexist toward men. This was just actors.
yeah.
Then we'll do actresses later.
Yep.
'Cause
Just
there's a
like
few-
if you Google actors, only men come up. Do you know that?
No way. Is that really? Are you making a
No,
joke?
it's funny. Well, kind of. But yeah, if you search actors on Google, only men come up.
Gotcha. Really?
And if you search actresses,
All
only
women
women
come
come up. Yeah. But it's funny because
But actor is kind of like. I mean, I don't really know. I'm not an actor. So
Okay.
do actresses always introduce themselves as an actress?
I would assume so. Like you say, waitress, not waiter. But anyway, so funny story about making my list because
Why is there no servetress? if there's if you're a server, why is there no servetress? A serveress.
maybe it's Cervera. Like
Cervera. That sounds very Spanish. Okay, what were we talking about?
So a funny story about making my list
Mhm.
because I was looking up actors just to refresh my memory, see if there's
Okay.
any like, oh, I really like that guy, because I just didn't want to put basic people on there.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's an IMDb list of like top 100 male actors or whatever, and at the very bottom there is Sarah Jessica Parker for some reason.
Nice. No
There's
way.
Only one female on there.
You know what it is?
What?
It's because they have like a facial recognition, so they don't have to actually have someone and say male, female, male, female.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it picked up her horse face, and it was like horse, and it was like, what is that? Male. That's what it was. That's just
Jeez.
rude. That's
yeah,
just
so it
rude.
was all these men, and then the very bottom one is her. I'm like, geez, that's
That's messed
that's
up.
savage.
Not as messed up as the horse thing I just said, but that's really messed up.
Right.
Feel bad for wait. Is Bruce Jenner in anything that would be on IMDb?
He was-
Yeah, he is. He's in what's it called? Keeping Up with the Kardashians, which would
That's-
be on IMDb. I wonder if he flipped to the
Oh.
female side, or if they were just like, nah, fuck him, we'll leave it on the male side. I mean, he's not gonna be on the top 100.
Yeah. Trying to
Sarah
think.
Jessica Parker, huh? Number 100 top
Yeah, it
male
was so
actor
weird.
of all time.
I was like, geez, that's mean.
Who were number 1 and 2? Like De Niro and what's his face?
It wasn't necessarily ranked
Oh, okay.
because I think Johnny Depp was up there. I was like,
If they did it this way, he'd be in trouble the last few years. First few years, he'd be good. They'd be like plus,
Would he?
negative, 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 negative.
I mean, what's he got? Like off the top of your head, what's a plus? For
What's a
him?
plus? I think the first Pirates of the Caribbean movie is
Fair.
solid, and
Okay.
then all 4 after that are garbage. then
he did a Alice in Wonderland movie, didn't he? Or is
yeah,
he doing?
He's done a lot of movies we probably don't know.
True.
Like
He's done
from way
Edward
back.
Scissorhands.
Yeah, see, he was
Lone
pretty.
Ranger.
Oof. Transcendence. Have you ever seen that?
No.
God, that movie is. It's a worse Ex Machina. Ex Machina is like
God.
the perfect version of that movie because it talks about AI and everything like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Ex Machina is like the perfect version of Transcendence, and then Transcendence is like the like pretentious dickhead version of it. I should have known like 5 minutes in that movie was gonna be bad because I'm just thinking about the first few scenes and I'm like, don't know about that.
All
right, brother.
Main topic.
You want to talk about some common movie tropes we want to die?
Yeah, we want to die. Yes.
We want to die.
Yeah, man.
Can I say a common movie trope that it's not really a trope. It actually is not very often, but I want to live on forever.
What?
Ambiguous endings.
Yeah.
I love a good
If they're
ambiguous
done right.
ending. What?
If they're done right.
Yeah, that's true. You can do ambiguous endings that are total doo-doo.
Yeah. Because have you
for
ever
example,
seen
Justice League?
Okay. Have you seen The Knowing? It's a Nicolas Cage movie, like the end of the world happening sort of thing, and his son.
I've heard a lot about it though.
And his son has like clues in his head or something.
Yep.
But yeah, it's weird.
It
basically ends the aliens just take his kid, like willingly.
Gotcha. Okay, so one that needs to die. Ambiguous endings, if done wrong.
There we go.
Let's
Good
hear
start.
some.
All right, so we got the superhero dad. Or
Superhero dad.
Action dad.
What's that?
Just some run-of-the-mill average Joe dad
Right.
that can beat up army guys or,
Got it.
just out of nowhere.
Like Taken.
Right.
Like Taken, like all of a sudden he's
his
like...
was explained, though, right?
Okay, all right.
Well, I'm saying, like, a movie or a dad trying to protect his family just beating up army men.
Yeah,
Like, there is zero
way.
chance that would happen in real life.
exactly.
So.
What's an example? Can you think of one?
Last one I thought of was the Extinction on Netflix, the Netflix original movie.
Oh, yeah, does he
With
just
Michael Pena.
just go beat people up
Yep.
all of a sudden?
He's just beating people up, even though he was. Have you seen?
Is that because he's a robot?
He's a cyborg, yeah.
So does it...
But still, I don't. He's not like programmed to fight.
He's programmed to be just like a human, so no one can tell.
because he doesn't know he is.
So if he just starts like, automatically breaking people's arms and stuff, you're like, wait a second.
Mm-hmm.
Humans don't do that. Yeah. I like, based on that, I like more realistic takedowns. Like in Daredevil and when Black Widow fights someone,
Yeah.
it like takes them a minute to take one person down. Whereas like, I get it, Captain America's like super strong, but if Black Widow walked in and just punched a dude and he was knocked out forever, like for the next 2 hours, like Captain America does, I'd be like, get out of here.
Yeah.
She has to like legitimately
eat
subdue.
some punches.
Yeah, she has
Yeah.
to literally subdue people,
Yeah.
And same thing with Daredevil. He will punch the same dude like 12 times, and eventually he's like, I'm not getting back up. I'm laying here. I'm done.
Right.
This dude's blind and he's kicking my ass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that.
Right.
You got one?
Yeah. I mean, do you have any?
Yeah. I don't like MacGuffins that just drive the plot forward for no reason.
So like Ex Machinas? Stuff that help. It's just like the term for it. Stuff that helps the plot move on.
Oh, an Ex Machina.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. Yes.
Not the movie, but
I was
the
like,
phrase.
what do you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, so a good example of this is Transformers.
Yeah.
All of the Transformers, there is a device they have to go get because it does something special. And it's like, nobody fucking cares. Like, one time it's a Spectre, right? Or a Scepter, sorry.
Or
that can control
Allspark, the
Allspark's in the
something
first
of
one.
leadership.
It's so lame. No one cares.
Merlin staff or something.
And DC kind of did this a little bit too with the mother boxes. It's like, we got to drive the plot forward because of this mother box,
Right.
And it's like, the biggest thing with that one is, who cares? He can teleport to it. You ruined that already.
Yeah.
Like, so. And then another good example is, I was thinking the other day, Venom
Yeah.
is a MacGuffin. Think about it.
I mean, technically, yeah.
So in Venom, right?
Yep.
the symbiote goes into multiple humans and kills them, right?
Yeah.
That one dude dies within like 10 minutes. But whenever Venom needs to go to someone and it needs to work, it works. He goes into a fucking dog, and the dog's fine.
Some little girl, some two random people in Thailand.
Exactly. Riot goes into like multiple people without ever having a problem.
Yep.
That's a MacGuffin device right there, dude. They're like, you can't set up a plot point here and automatically retcon it the next.
So basically, he could go into a person because he needed to get somewhere.
Exactly.
Not because what they said previously of
it
has to find a perfect match.
Yeah,
like
and
a
then,
donor.
And then at the very end, the worst egregious freaking, I said that word a lot, the worst example of this is it goes into the main antagonist and it's a perfect match. You know, it's like, oh, come on.
Yep.
You telling me Riot traveled the entire world to get to this guy, and then they were like, let's hang out together. You know what I mean? Plus, the symbiotes have to be with a host to be interesting. If they're not with a host, they're literally balls of goo.
Yep.
So that whole movie is basically just a study of MacGuffin devices and ex machinas.
Right. And the thing I was talking about at the beginning, the ex machina, like Contact, for instance. How are things destroyed? Oh wait, they've built one too.
That's
like
really good example.
Biggest example, but there's a bunch of smaller ones throughout movies sometimes. It's hard to think off the top of my head.
The worst thing about Contact is they keep it secret. It's like, no, they didn't. Have you seen the thing? It's massive. America knows they have one, you know? And it's like, and they keep it secret from us. They're like, well, why haven't we heard about this? It's secret. How the fuck did they get the plans? You know? I think they explain it, but it's still doo-doo.
Yeah, but
it's still like
huge problems have easy fixes in movies. Exactly.
It's still, let's set up a problem, right? Like the rising action. You learn about this in English class. There's like a rising action. The action is their device breaks, right?
Yep.
And so you're supposed to have well, first off, don't have the device break if you're not going to have a clever way of fixing that problem. And instead they just go, China has one.
Yeah.
And we'll send your white lady.
It's super dumb.
Because your white lady is better than anyone we have, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
The Super Villain Academy or Super Henchman, whatever, Academy of Bad Aim.
Dude, this goes all the way back to like the 1970s and Star Wars, and it's like no one could hit anything. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I mean, Star Wars.
Except for when they need to, you know?
And it's rarely, honestly, I don't think it's ever fatal. It's always a nick.
Oh, never.
Or a flesh wound.
The only time I can remember it being fatal is the movie where they're allowed to be fatal. I'm thinking about Star Wars here.
Edge of Tomorrow?
It's
never mind.
No, where Rogue One, where
you don't remember their names.
No, I do. I play the game. Hold on.
Oh, right.
I'll get back to that. What were you saying about Edge Tomorrow?
I thought that's what you meant, where they can be fatal, but they come back. That's what I thought you meant.
Like you're saying, like Groundhog Day or Edge of Tomorrow, where you're allowed to die.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they hit perfectly fine there. Like, almost to the point where, like, if he gets spotted once, he's dead meat. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, I can't remember their name. It's Baze Malbus and Chirrut Uru. Thank you very much. Nailed it.
I'm impressed you could remember those names.
Jyn Erso and Cassian Andor. There you go. There's the four right there. And Baze and Chirrut get killed by stormtroopers for the first time ever. Actually, you know what? There's a scene in that movie where it also confirms it and disproves it, because Baze walks for about 15 seconds just shooting his gun without being shot, and then he gets shot.
Nice.
So, yeah, that shit's
I'm trying to
annoying.
I think it's a New Hope. Is it a New Hope or Empire Strikes Back, where Han Solo just runs into that room with like 30 stormtroopers?
His shoulder.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just shoulders a bunch of people. It's like a thing in the games. It's like the shoulder barge, you know, and he can just get hit as much as he wants.
Yeah.
And in that, they're just like, oh, he's running right at me. Let me shoot at the ceiling.
Yeah,
you know?
right.
Yeah. Star Wars is probably the most notorious, well known for that.
Yeah.
But like another example would be every army movie ever. You know, they're
Sure.
like just bullets flying everywhere, nobody gets hit. You know, and I like that Marvel likes to stray away from that kind of stuff. They do more like hands-on villains.
There's not many gunfights.
Lasers. I'm not a huge fan of lasers because they're lame.
Yeah.
Like I'm kind of worried about Aquaman because I saw a lot of lasers flying in that underwater fight. It just seems kind of strange to me. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there wasn't lasers.
It's gonna be the best movie of the year. So
Clearly, duh.
go ahead, have your expectations low. It's fine.
I like going in with low expectations. Like I went in with
That's
like
sad.
bottom of the barrel expectations for Venom, and man, I actually came out halfway decent. Like, okay, I mean that movie is crap, but okay. You got another one?
Huh?
You got another one?
Yeah, it's your turn.
What you looking at?
This is my research.
Oh,
I
okay.
just didn't type it like you.
Well, I'm gonna go back to like the one we were talking about earlier. Is just deaths, like retconning deaths.
Oh, like solving death.
Deadpool 2 has one of the worst.
Yep, your Star Trek beloved one.
Beloved. Yeah, it's Star Trek. They ruined that. And then another one is Marvel. Marvel has one where they kill Coulson.
That's right.
You know, and everyone's like, "Oh, I love Coulson," and so they're like, "Okay, we'll bring him back," and everyone's like, "Wait, no, that's why I liked Coulson."
Yeah.
You know, and so it's and
Yeah, that's a big one. No one ever stays dead.
Mm-hmm. The only person that stayed dead is no one. It's the person that no one cares about.
Oh, and to go off yours, if someone doesn't die on screen, they're not dead.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. That's and I also hate the tension deaths where they leave it for like 5 minutes of you wondering like, are they dead? Are they not? Are they dead? Are they not? Right?
Yeah.
And like Venom did a good job of not doing this.
Oh,
when Eddie and Venom fall out of the sky.
Yeah.
I mentioned this last week, but I don't want like a little piece touching it and then they come back. Like no, I like how they did it. And some movies do that where you're like, is he dead? Is he dead? And then he moves. And you're like, oh god, come on.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of like a good example of it right now, but I can't.
Well, I mean, like Deadpool played on it too, where he's about to die, giving his final words, and then he comes back.
Yep.
Not necessarily. Like, just have him die right after that, not like I'm still alive.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Exactly.
That's annoying. A little played out.
Definitely.
If you're doing something that Shrek also did, you're not doing it right. Because Shrek did it in one of the movies. When they go to Far, Far Away, he turns into a toad or a frog.
When he attempts, he like acts like he dies, right?
He does. Well,
isn't that a meme? Isn't he like, oh, someone better be dying? And he walks in.
Well, somebody better be dying. And
you have the best fucking Shrek.
and then it cuts to him laying in he's a frog on a lily pad and said, I'm dying.
And then you see Shrek's face and he's like, oh, messed that one up. Oh my god. I was not expecting a Shrek impersonation coming out.
If you need Shrek or Nacho Libre impressions.
Nacho Libre is my favorite. We should have an episode on Nacho. Oh man.
That's great.
Oh, okay.
Next one is it's kind of like a twofer.
Mm-hmm.
Faceless armies of bad guys.
Yes.
So there's plenty of movies that do that. Like I can think like Ready Player One.
Oh,
the Sixers, they were just fighting.
They're literally just numbers.
Mm-hmm. Literally.
That might be the most perfect explanation of a faceless army because even when you see them outside of the Oasis, they're still faceless because they're just
wearing some uniform
and they have a VR headset on.
Yep.
So you don't even don't get to see their face.
Lord of the Rings has done that.
I would
even Marvel movies do it.
I would say Lord of the Rings only does it when they really have to. When they really have to nail the grandiose of some of the book battles.
Okay.
So fair. Because the orcs are good. Like they all look kind of different.
Mm-hmm.
There's like little ones, there's big ones, there's the big white one that leads everybody, you know what I mean? And they're all like that. But then like the big battle, like the Battle of the Five Armies, you got like the ghost people and the elephant people, and that's when it starts to get kind of like faceless and lame,
Yeah.
But in the first two movies, when it's not as big, you know, it's kind of good.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah. So I mean, even Star Wars, you could argue,
Oh,
is
yeah,
really
I
bad
mean-
about that because they're literally clones.
It's kind of the original, yeah.
Yeah. Um.
Luckily, Star Wars doesn't do a lot of like just faceless armies attacking each other.
Yeah.
You know, they focus more on the story around it.
Even Marvel does it too.
Oh, Marvel does it a lot.
Because
Their
Avengers,
first two
Age of
Avengers
Ultron,
movies were all about that.
all the Avengers movies.
True. The last one had a faceless army.
Yep. And then also, whenever the final boss, the bad guy, the antagonist of the movie is dead,
Yes.
the armies just disappear.
That's very true. Or like they've been fighting endless waves of these guys, and then they beat them, and you'll see them like a lot of Marvel movies. They'll take out Ultron, right? Like Vision takes out Ultron by himself, and then they go back to the island, and they're like taking out like the last three. I'm like, yeah, right. You did not time that perfectly to kill the last.
Exactly.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what's
like
it called?
Infinity War did it a little bit.
Infinity War, I think, did a good job with
Well, Thor just came and like annihilated them all, but
and Infinity War had more than one villain to beat.
sure.
Like Black Widow and the girls had their girl to beat.
Uh-huh.
Remember? And then they also had the big guy for what's his name to beat?
Mm-hmm.
Hulkbuster.
I don't remember his name. There was Proxima Midnight, Ebony Maw, and then two other ones. I don't remember.
Exactly. But they
So
had a
those are
few
cool
other peeps there, not
Mhm.
just aren't, you know. But I think you can with the snap. It's just kind of like everybody just kind of went like, oh god, you know.
Oh, even the was it Chitauri? Or was
No.
it something different?
Something different. I don't know who it was.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, because the Chitauri looked a lot different.
yeah.
They were a lot more. What do you call it? Wait, did they look different?
I'm pretty sure those were. I could have sworn they were anyway. Chitauri.
Just updated like to the 2018.
Yeah.
Okay,
You know.
I'll have to look into that. I don't know.
Yeah. But the thing is, like with Infinity War, what they could have done really cool is because it was established like Thanos has been going planet by planet, killing half populations, right? So what if he just enslaved a bunch of different galaxies? I understand like that'd take forever to CGI and stuff like that. But
Oh,
so like half Chitauri, half Dark Elf, like you know, like a bunch of mixtures.
totally
of
get it. Frost
like
giants.
war slaves. Yeah, exactly.
That'd be sick.
That would be great. I understand why they couldn't, because that would take forever and a lot of money to CGI all that.
And the movie's already, $240 million. So it's
Mhm. Like that'd be cool to see
see, that's something comic books. It's like you can do that in a comic book
easily.
Yeah, because
Mhm.
you just get a guy to draw it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's a really good idea. That's a really good idea. Hadn't even thought about that.
Yeah. You got one?
Not on deck.
Okay.
I had one. I forgot it.
I would say movies forcing romantic angles.
Venom is a good example of this.
Venom. I would even say like Deadpool 2. Even some of 1, but like Deadpool 2, you're really supposed to care that she's dead,
Yeah.
even before you find out he saved her or whatever.
Yeah.
But nothing really made you care. And the only bad part to me about Black Panther was that. Like I don't even remember her name because he had like some
Oh, you just made me remember mine. But
small fling with that girl he saved. at the
who, Black
beginning.
Panther?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
That was the only thing I didn't like about that movie.
Yeah,
I
I
was like,
can't
I
even
don't really
remember
care
her
about
name. That's like,
Exactly, right?
yeah, I should have just left her out.
Like there could have been a lot of other stuff in the movie.
He should have
compared
saved his sister
to- Yeah.
because they have a better
Like
relationship.
that care. I would care more.
Exactly. And you could even have him like do a little dad thing, because
Right.
he's not really her dad, but he has to be the father figure.
Yeah, now.
He could be like, "Can we not do that again? Because you almost got yourself killed, and I had to come save you." And she's like, "Sorry, I'll go back to
Yeah.
my lab. I was just trying to get some fancy tech for you." Yeah,
Yep.
they could have done that better. Yeah, forcing. Okay, it's not as forced because Marvel likes to plan things out.
Yeah.
But Vision and Scarlet Witch's relationship in Infinity War feels kind of forced.
I know
It's a little more fleshed out.
Yeah, I didn't really care for it. I know it's big in the comics, whatever, but
like, yeah,
I just didn't care for it in the movie.
And the fact that it's like a huge plot point in the movie,
Yeah.
like,
well, they hinted at it, and then it was like they ran away together.
And then
You missed a lot.
They try to save him.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they try to save him because, the whole Avengers is like, no, man,
Yeah.
we're not
well,
gonna.
Here, compare it. Same movie here. Compare it, their relationship to Thanos and Gamora, because you would know just about the same amount about their relationship.
Yeah.
But you actually gave a crap about when Thanos
Kills Gamora.
Kills Gamora.
Yeah.
Compared to Scarlet Witch and Vision.
Yeah, you don't really care that she killed him.
Yeah.
You're like, well, I don't know about you, but I'm kind of like, the whole time that they're trying to get out of his head, I'm like, listen, I like Vision and all. We got bigger fish to fry, brother.
Yep.
If he's an AI, he can be brought back. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need his,
Right. He got in that body somehow.
Exactly. Exactly. He's not the body. He's the,
Yeah. Jarvis got into
exactly
body from Ultron,
and he's kind of a mix of both, right?
Of
both.
Ultron, Stark. I bet it's a Ruffalo, but Banner.
Yeah. So. Yeah. The other one I was thinking of is Marvel does this a lot. It's fighting the same villain.
Oh, copies
you're
of
a
the
hero, and
mm-hmm.
you fight your exact copy.
Yeah.
Ant-Man and the Wasp is probably the worst version of this. I would say.
The first Ant-Man.
The first Ant-Man.
So I mean, Iron Man.
Iron
Man 1,
and
2, and 3. You could say. Yeah, you said Ant-Man and the Wasp.
What's his name?
Who?
The bad guy in that.
What movie?
Yellow Jacket?
Yeah.
Ant-Man and Yellow Jacket are probably the worst version of this, because it's like he has a suit. You know what I mean?
Does the same powers. It just has those
exactly.
4 lasers.
And Hank Pym is supposed to be like the small dude. Like, I do small things,
yeah.
right? And then it's like, no, I got it too. It's like, okay, so what's important about this person, this universe? This, it's like,
mm-hmm.
it has no bearing at that point.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'd say all 3 Iron Mans. Well, not the third one. Iron Man 1 and 2, basically other people in Iron Man suits, right?
Iron Man 1 is like a
larger,
just XXL version of the one he broke out of the prison or the cave with.
Yeah. You can even say the Hulk, because the Abomination. Yeah. Not really Thor, not really Captain America, Black Panther for sure.
Black Panther for sure.
Are there any other ones? What else is there? Not Guardians. I mean.
Well, if you get a little deeper, right? If you go a little deeper, it's like in Age of Ultron, I would kind of say it's like fighting themselves.
Venom.
Venom is okay, I take it back. Venom is the worst. Like you said, they literally morph together and you can't tell which one's which. It like in a studio, if that happens, you've done something wrong. You're like, wait a minute, we can't decipher our characters apart except for their assets inside of our computer. You know what I mean? They're like, hey, which one am I editing? I don't know. Scoot them apart. Okay. I got it. I'm on Venom. It's like, jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I think Age of Ultron is kind of like that too, because they're basically fighting an army of Iron Man clones.
True.
Which is lame.
Right.
Because we just saw, what's it called? We just saw Iron Man fight with a whole bunch of his own suits in Iron Man 3. Right. And then you're going to make a Avengers movie where they fight more Iron Man suits and then one big dude.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of lame. Kind of more. It's not as like carbon copy, asset and change the color to gold. Kind of Black Panther's very much like that. Yeah. But yeah. See that's the sad thing about Black Panther is the villain is so freaking good in that.
Yeah.
So people are gonna be like, we're just fighting a carbon copy of himself, and it's like, well, emotionally, not really. They're two very different.
It's just
people.
The same technology,
same suit.
Mm-hmm.
So, you got another one?
Yeah. At the beginning of a movie, 2 parents will be on the brink of divorce.
Yep.
And then something happens, and then they're all fine.
Exactly. You don't get to divorce by like
stuff has to happen for that.
exactly. You don't just mosey into like that feeling and then just mosey right back out of it.
Because there's like 2012, the disaster movie. You know, something happened, right?
That's a big one.
Yeah. Shoot, I just had the other one. But Jurassic World. That one. That's the one I was thinking of.
That one's really bad. That one's
I'm pretty sure Jurassic Park too.
Jurassic World, they literally send their kids away so that they can figure out their divorce, right?
Yep.
God, that is bad.
Yep. Yeah, there's a lot.
No wonder I don't like that movie.
I can think of.
But that's a trope, though. That happens a lot.
Yep.
I have two very little ones, I guess you would say. One is, I hinted at this when we talked about this episode. I hate military movies typing the location of where it's at.
Oh, yes.
At the bottom. I hate that. I don't know what it is about it that pisses me off so much.
All military movies, some just do it for it.
Like Transformers does it.
Yeah.
Like
you could say
every single time. And I swear Michael Bay just wants to travel the world and do it for free. He's like, let's go to Egypt. Why not? You know,
right.
let's deface these million-year-old or thousands-of-year-old pyramids by rubbing my robot's balls all over it, right? And then the other small one is when movie studios worry more about money than the rating. Worry more about rating to get more money, and you can tell it. I get it. If you need to make a PG-13 to make the money, then make it a good PG-13 movie, right? Marvel does that all the time. But if you're in between the two, don't release some half-ass in-between shit. Like Venom is kind of like that, right? It's like you can tell. You can literally sit there and go, oh, yeah, that was supposed to be like graphic, but they did it off screen, you know, or something like that. It's frustrating.
Yeah.
It's very frustrating, you know?
Yes.
Got another one?
Yeah. Taking off glasses in movies. Like, if you don't want to be a nerd, if you want to be seen as beautiful, you know? It's a little older one, but
I like that one.
Yeah.
No, it is definitely a little older.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying, though. It's like you're automatically a nerd if you have glasses on.
Yep.
Yeah, this happens a lot. Like,
like Spider-Man did it.
Oh, yeah. Spider-Man does it a lot. Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Hermione in the third movie at the ball, she's supposed to show up and be, like, beautiful. Like, yeah, she's been pretty the whole fucking time. She's
glasses don't change anything.
You know what I mean? Like, it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's not. It's hard to hide beauty. You know what I mean? It's
right.
like your glasses it's not glasses, but it's exactly the same premise as Ready Player One. It's like she ain't ugly. She has a tiny itty little scar. You know. What's another one, man? Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about though. Happens. Oh, you got what?
I was agreeing with you.
Yeah. I hate red shirts.
Oh,
Talked a little bit about this.
They're just gonna die.
Expendables. Like you literally know when you set up a movie who's going to die.
Yeah.
I have a good example of this, like an example where like there is no
too.
such thing as red shirts. What'd you say?
I do too.
Do you really?
Yeah, it's
no such thing as good red shirts. So like
no, I meant
so
a
you have
really
a bad
example. Yeah.
Let's hear it.
Oh, you want me to go?
Yeah.
So I was watching an episode of Futurama.
Oh Lord.
Right, and they went on a team building, not cruise, but like a team building exercise retreat.
Yeah.
And they're on their ship, and so like the host or whatever, it turned out to be a shapeshifter, or no, they picked up a hitchhiker that turned to be a shapeshifter that was eating everyone one by one on the ship.
Got it.
And their like plumber, technician, whatever that works there, Scruffy, he's like, this is Jackie Jr. This is his first day on the job. He's going with us.
Oh wow.
And then he dies instantly.
See, that I feel like that works though because it's Futurama. It's funny.
Yeah, that's
really
funny
that's really bad though.
Yeah.
It's like literally like, hey, this character you've never heard of, he probably ain't gonna make it to the end of the
And they
episode.
even referenced it too. They were like, as soon as the shapeshifter happens, it eats the guy that was doing the team building exercises, and then it crawled into the vent. He's like, oh god, who's the shapeshifter gonna eat next? my closest friends or Jackie Jr.
If they would have put a
And then
red,
he just
they would have put a red shirt on him. That would be hilarious.
no, he was wearing some jacket or something.
So a really good example is Game of Thrones.
Oh, yeah.
Like the first 5 seasons of Game of Thrones, there's no such thing. Anyone you think that is never gonna die, don't get too attached.
Yeah.
Because shit's going down. I remember I haven't read the books, but people that read the books know like what's happening.
Mhm.
I remember they set up a character for like 2-3 seasons, right? You're like, oh, this guy's gonna be important. Just commit suicide. You're like, huh? What? You know what I mean? And then a really bad example is gosh, what was it? I had it cranked up, but I forgot it. Inception's kind of bad. You know, they kind of have a crew with them, and no one dies except for the crew.
Suicide Squad.
Oh, that was it. That was the one I was thinking of because it's like the one fucking dude that dies is like nobody cares
The
about.
knot dude, the guy that ties Slipknot.
Slipknot.
He didn't get a title card at all or anything.
No, exactly. They set up all these characters and they kill the one.
He was the only one that died, right?
Yes.
Yeah, near the beginning.
Man, I could make that movie so much better. You know what? Let's transition straight into another trope.
Oh,
You got it. I believe in you. I believe in you. It's definitely in that movie. Without a doubt.
okay. Is it the roll credits?
No, I like roll credits. It's kind of funny sometimes.
Okay, fair enough.
No, it's the blue laser shooting in the sky.
Oh, okay.
Like,
That's fair. Yeah, I thought of that one when I was thinking of the faceless drones or whatever.
I hate that shit.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just like you can do something a little more interesting and shoot a blue laser into the sky. You know?
Yeah. But what I was referring to was whenever actor or like in the movie they'll say the title of the movie,
Okay.
but like force it in there. Like Suicide Squad, for instance. So I guess we're some kind of Suicide Squad.
That's a very bad,
That's what I thought you were talking about.
That's a bad one.
Yeah.
I like it because we have a little joke that we do every single time.
Yeah.
But man, that. Ugh.
Again, I'm referencing TV shows here. Family Guy did a really good joke about this.
Yeah.
He was like, I feel more in the know than when I went and saw, or for the last movie I saw, or something like that. And then it was a cutaway of him in the movies, and then it was like, someone said like, "Hey, Superman," and then it was Superman on the screen and said, "To fix this, I have to be Superman 4, the quest for peace." And then Peter was like, "Oh, that's why they call it that."
Jesus.
That was fantastic.
That's a good one.
Yeah. So.
What was I gonna say? I don't like. This is probably not gonna go well for me. I don't like bad uses of sexy women.
Okay.
This one's kind of weird. 2 examples I can think of are.
And they're almost always evil.
No, not like that.
I'm just saying.
I think of something different. What like? There's a few examples of this. So one is like, just because they're hot, you put them in situations that like, you know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
That expose them or something like that. And then 2, it can be done right. You know what I mean? Like Wolf of Wall Street does it good sometimes. You know, where she's like being a tease. You know what I mean? And like, you know, and then there's the other side. It's like you just shoot her from weird angles just because. You know?
Yeah.
One, like the main example of this is all the Transformers movies.
Oh, right.
Like he will always
Slow-mo
hire a girl and then just slow-mo her running or opening a car hood or something like that. And it's like, come on, we know what you're doing. And then the other one they give us Suicide Squad. You know what I mean? It's like, yeesh. You know? It actually happens in Wonder Woman a few times. They like shoot Gal Gadot's butt from this super awkward angle, and you're like...
Well, even Justice League, there's a shot where she fell back and like her legs were spread.
There's a shot in that, and then there's a shot where they're talking inside of Batman's Batcave, and it's literally like her butt takes up 1/3 of the screen, and you're like, what?
Yeah.
Now, you know what? That was probably Josh Whedon. That was probably Whedon doing that.
Yeah.
You know, his weird ass. Oh, man. I'm not a huge fan of that. What you got? Any more?
Yeah. Like during final fight scenes,
Okay.
it's always 1-on-1 if there's more than 2 people in a fight. Like if there's 2 good guys, 2 bad guys, it's always 1-on-1, 1-on-1.
No one ever like breaks off and fights.
Exactly.
Like Justice League, for example. No one's fighting what's his face more than one at a time.
Yeah.
Like Batman's off doing something and Superman's off saving a weird family and Aquaman's fighting him.
Yes.
And then Flash is like on the ground for 15 minutes and then finally he decides to get up and fight him, and then and they're all off the same page.
Yeah.
I think Marvel does that pretty good actually.
Yeah.
They'll all fight the
thinking that
guy at the
exactly,
same time, and they'll use their powers together. They'll like deflect stuff into him, and yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like a good example of that is the Thanos scene where he's heading towards.
Yeah.
They're all just trying their best to get, what's his Mantis has his head, and what's his face has his arm, and they're all working together.
Yeah.
To get this thing, and then Peter Quill obviously ruins it, or maybe he doesn't because maybe Doctor Strange wanted that to happen. But
Sure.
That's our Infinity War talk for the day. I'm gonna stop.
Well, because they were. Well, I understand one
you
thing.
can keep going.
Well, they were making a plan, and Strange
Yes.
already saw the futures at this point.
Yes.
So I always thought, like, why didn't Quill have something to do? So maybe Strange was like, you do nothing, you do stuff. You just talk.
Exactly.
So maybe it was on purpose.
We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Quick one. Hold on. Gosh, I keep forgetting stuff. Go ahead.
Do you remember is it number 1 rule of Zombieland?
Yeah. Cardio.
Okay, number 2 rule of
Double tap.
double tap.
Got it.
Just makes sure something's dead.
That's so true, dude. That's so incredibly true.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. Yeah. This movie never came to fruition, but do you remember the end of X-Men Wolverine Origins? Where shitty Deadpool opens his eyes?
Yes, that one.
It's like he has the same powers as you. He's probably not dead, Yeah.
Yep.
Gosh, what was I gonna...
Bad guys always drive black SUVs.
That's a good one.
I wonder if there's a discount. We're an evil corporation. Oh, so you want the black Escalades? Gotcha.
Yeah.
Tinted windows.
I'm tired of just like this isn't really movie tropes. This is just I'm tired of cookie cutter story like timelines. I really love Christopher Nolan movies because they funk with the timelines.
Okay.
They're like, this was happening, and you think it's happening here, but it's really happening here, and it makes you pay attention to the movie more, And it's like most movies that come out today, they follow a very precise timeline. You know what I mean? It's like start here, finish here, and It's like I like movies that something happens, and then all of a sudden you realize something has been happening this whole time, and it goes back and watches it.
Yeah.
Unfold.
Well, then you would really like Bad Times at the El Royale.
I would probably love it. But like a heist movie, for example, or like a heist movie where someone else cons someone else.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Where like, someone's been running a con during the whole heist, and then they complete the heist, and then you get to see that person's con unfold, and you're like, oh crap, all that has been, happening and we haven't been paying attention to it. So then you can go back and watch it again, And it's like, I love those kind of movies. And I'm just thinking about all the movies that come out that just, go by the wayside. Like comedy movies and stuff like that. Like Night School and stuff like that. I bet they all follow the exact same timeline. It's like start here, finish here, happy ending, done.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's just so boring. What you got?
This one's a short one, but it's funny. 2 guns, 0 practicality.
Yep.
Like
Tomb
shooting-
Raider. Is it Tomb Raider and Underworld? Underworld? Is that?
I think so.
You know what I'm talking about though.
I mean, like Hitman, I'm sure. He has 2. But
This is Silver
You don't-
Ballers though.
you don't get anything.
You actually
better.
get worse.
Yeah,
Because you can't
worse aim.
you can't hold it like an
Can't
actual
reload
pistol.
fast. And some bullcrap. Flip up your gun while the mag's in the air or something.
That's basically Dark
That's-
Tower in a nutshell. But yeah, have you ever seen someone actually try to reload a double? You have to put one up.
You're just reminding me of references all day. I don't remember what it's from. It was like a Vine or something. But he's shooting a gun. He runs out of ammo. He just takes out the clip, throws the gun away, and just puts a new gun on the clip.
That's like it's like a Counter-Strike thing or something, right? He's just like, whoop. Oh, I know what it is. It's a Battlefield 1 special reload.
Oh,
It is. It's 100%. He just goes, whoop, throws a gun and then goes, dink. I remember Battlefield Hardline had those.
yeah.
And one was the RPG. He like takes the RPG out, right?
Yeah.
And sticks the wrong end in and then flips it over. And then one he like throws it up and like dink 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 catches it.
Yep.
Yeah. You got any more, man?
It doesn't always have to rain at funerals.
God, you got some good ones and you got some comical ones in here. That's
Like,
so true, man.
It's already a funeral. It's sad enough just because rain doesn't
I
change.
can't think of one where I've seen that it hasn't rained at a funeral.
I mean, I think one of the Spider-Mans did it. When
Oh, dude,
Harry Osborn-
it's pouring in that one. It's like,
no, like
didn't
there's
rain?
one- yeah,
Well, a lot of people die in Spider-Man.
that's true. So I can't tell you.
Trying to think.
Yeah, me too.
One of my things is like, I guess this is less of a movie trope. We're just getting into pet peeves now. At least I am.
I mean, the same thing.
Like, loud, boisterous music over top action scenes.
Oh yeah.
Why? Venom had a lot of that. It's like the action is good enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, another one. Unrealistic, like, unrealistic physics / visuals just because you want it to look cool. Michael Bay is probably the worst at this. It's like gas does not explode like that every single time. Every single time a car hits another car, they don't blow up.
Right.
You know?
Or shooting the gas tank doesn't make it blow up.
Exactly. And all explosions don't have fireworks that come out of the top of them. Like we know you went to explosion film school, you know what I mean? It's like, it's not how it works, you know? And what's another thing? Like Venom, blue flame? What?
Yeah.
Why?
You right?
No, like, not even certain types of alcohol blow up in a blue
Like
flame.
it has to be a certain level of hot, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's like certain things burn blue, like
Yeah.
hand sanitizer or alcohol burns blue, but it's not blue. It's like red, and then it forms into
Yeah,
blue
blends.
at the top.
But like Venom,
Yeah.
for instance, was just blue.
Blue, 100% just a blue explosion. I was like, listen, we all know how to use the colorize / saturation and hue and saturation slider in Adobe, brother. You know,
Yeah.
you're not fooling anybody. It's like kind of ridiculous. And then the other thing I was thinking of is physics, bad physics. G.I. Joe has one of the worst of these. It's like, can you do your research on how ice works before you make a movie? You know?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bad. Another bad physics thing.
Oh.
Justice League. Is it Justice League? No, Batman versus Superman. He gets in a gosh, I keep thinking of some. He gets in a car and he just drives through a breaking, falling down city. There's people getting crushed left and right, but he's fine. He's just perfect. He can drive through everything.
You're talking about Batman?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
I guess you could
It's a
chalk
Jeep,
that.
man.
That was my next one. Is like bad product placement, man.
That's true.
The movie is supposed to make the money, not the stuff you put in the movie.
Right.
Man, Transformers is like just stocked full of bad tropes, aren't they?
Yeah, those are just cash grabs, honestly.
Man, the beer on the side of the car is like one of the most comical things I've ever seen. Also, like, not appetizing at all. Like, I've never wanted a Bud Light after watching that. I'm like, that looks awful. It's just foamy, disgusting, warm beer that's been sitting on the side of a hot LA street for 24 minutes or something, you know? That's all I got. You got any more?
I think that's good.
I think
we got a good bit.
I think we covered a good amount.
Yeah.
I just kept coming up with them. I didn't have time to write them down.
Yeah, neither.
All right. You ready for 8 for debate?
Sure am.
We don't have a, thing to grade this week or anything. We got an interesting 8 for debate today.
Yep.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I actually did a little bit of research into it.
Well, I had to, yeah. So basically this week is... So this is a pitch more than a debate.
Indeed.
So theory world or hypothetical world, each of us individually are given the chance to present a reboot to the DC universe to Warner Brothers.
Yes.
And they want us to pick a character that hasn't been used yet in the DC universe to basically start the franchise similar to how Iron Man started the Marvel one.
Exactly.
So someone you could build it upon and keep around for a while.
At least in mine, I don't know about yours, but mine is a complete delete. Like, there is nothing. There's no prior. Okay, good. There's no prior material.
Right.
Like, there's no Superman, there's no Batman, nothing like that.
Okay.
Like, they can come, but okay.
Yeah, because I know, like, at least this one, because there's, certain heroes have different people behind it sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, this one, his origin in the comics anyway involved some other characters, but you don't have to.
Gotcha.
For instance.
All right. Ready?
All right, so I'm starting this week.
You're good. Just go.
Okay. Oh, do we ever really keep track of time?
We just gotta try to keep it at 8 minutes.
Yeah,
that's
true.
the whole point. Is to not because we could ramble all day.
Sure. All right. So mine is Blue Beetle.
Sick. I was kind of nervous we're gonna have the same one, so I'm glad.
Okay. Oh yeah, we didn't even try.
I was like, we're making pitches, so
it could be the same.
So Blue Beetle. What do you want to?
Yes. So the one I'm going for is Jamie Jamie Reyes. I'm pretty sure it's Jamie. He's Hispanic, so it might be like Jaime or something like that. But
gotcha.
So he's a teenager from El Paso, Texas, and basically this terrestrial thing called a scarab.
Yes.
Scarab. Basically flies from outer space, and he finds it, picks it up, and it attaches.
And he puts it on his testicle.
How'd you know? No, it attaches itself to a spine.
Okay.
And so basically, it gives him a Iron Man like suit.
Got it.
But it's got a lot better, not debatable, but got a much more advanced technology because it's not from this world.
Yeah.
Right. So he's a teenager, and he's got a family, and they're not like wealthy or anything. His dad works in a garage. So it gives he'll be more relatable than a lot of other heroes have been in the past.
Yeah, because they're all rich billionaires.
Right. So he's just like a middle class, middle low class
regular
person.
Dude.
Yep, teenager. And the thing about the suit is it's kind of got a mind of its own. So if the suit or the scarab can sense danger, it just turns his suit on, like it covers his body in the suit and stuff. Right? And it'll almost fight for him at times. So that'd be a great thing to see, like him fighting with himself, basically, because he can't control it.
Yep. Kind of like Venom.
Exactly.
But
and
like
one thing
in a good movie.
yeah, when the suit deactivates, when the suit's like, all right, no more danger or anything, it causes pain because it has to go back in him. So if you want to relate to someone or like feel for someone, like
make it so that being a superhero is painful.
Yeah,
it's not just all roses and sunshine.
Yeah. And him being so young a character, it's similar to Spider-Man because you can have him for a while.
Yep.
In the universe.
Yep.
And
Kind of like Iron Man. Like, you signed him up and he stayed for a long time. But
Yeah.
this guy you could keep.
But with a younger guy,
You can keep for a
'cause
long
he's a
time.
teenager, high schooler. You could
Mhm.
definitely keep for a long time. And
I'd love to see that movie.
it could be very similar to what we've seen in Spider-Man: Homecoming, anyway, with his, just like that character in general.
Gotcha.
That's
All right.
my pitch.
Mine is Martian Manhunter
Yes.
and starting him on Mars. So you get to learn his origin, like where he comes from, right?
Yep.
And then there's a villain called Despero,
Mm-hmm.
and he's Martian Manhunter's like biggest villain. He's a super smart alien, right? And he's also incredibly like strong, and he's got he's got hypnosis powers and everything like that. And so I would do like I would change his origin a little bit and make Despero be the reason Martian Manhunter, the whole planet of Mars gets, and
destroyed.
his on fire and all his people die of fire, right? So he hates that.
Yeah.
And I would put it so that Martian or John is the last person and he's fighting Despero, right? And whatever you need to do, I mean, to make a good movie. And then at the end, he realizes he's going to lose. Like, he can't fight this guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he flees to Earth, and guess who's on Earth? The Justice League. I want them to already be established and ready to go.
Okay.
So that we don't have to fucking fiddle around with them messing up characters again. Just have them established.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of how John gets into the Justice League to begin with, is he shows up and they're kind of like, I don't like this guy because he's bringing bad stuff to us.
Yeah.
And Despero would follow him there,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe you could end the movie before the Justice League gets involved, or you could have the Justice League help him, and kind of end it unresolved so that you can build from there and build a universe from there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And I just think that would be super cool to see Batman. And that gives Batman like an actual reason. Like, if you want to do the whole like he doesn't like this alien coming over and taking over his planet,
Mm-hmm.
Superman's not the way to do it, because Superman's a good guy.
Yeah.
Right? And we all know Martian Manhunter is, but when he flees to Earth, know nothing about him, and he brings a destructive villain, it's like, that's pretty bad, And so, yeah.
Good closing argument.
Thank you.
Or closing. So, yeah.
I think both of these would be sick.
I would love to see him.
Well, how would you get Blue Beetle to branch?
Like, off?
Yeah.
Well, in the comics anyway, that scarab is
Mhm.
being hunted by a lot of people.
Okay.
So, like, in the comics, Booster Gold's the person that goes to try to retrieve it from him.
Nice.
But it's attached to his spine, so he can't.
That's
And
funny
there's
because
some-
Booster Gold is also a hero that fights Despero a lot. So I was like, hey,
There
you
you
can throw Booster
Yeah.
Gold in there?
But I was just thinking if you're just doing solely that.
And
And
then you
then,
could do
like,
it-
that's how you insert the villain for the first one is someone trying to get the scarab
Yeah.
back.
And then you could get Booster Gold in there. They could do their buddy cop movie.
Yeah,
and then
exactly.
you could
That'd be-
expand it from there.
Yep.
Gotcha. Because I was wondering how you're going to get Blue Beetle
Yeah,
into the rest of the
like in the
DC.
comics, him getting the thing, Booster Gold come to find it, and then they actually, because they saved it, they actually get recruited to, not the Justice League, but like Batman has some group of people that watch over wherever,
Some other...
like Watchers or Watchmen or something like that.
got it.
But
But you would probably just make him into the Justice League.
I guess, but he's just so young. I wouldn't.
Okay. Gotcha.
Well,
They could kind of have like a Tony... Oh, that would just be copying at that point. If they had a Tony-Tom relationship. Where like
Oh, yeah.
Tony... Like where Tom...
like a mentor.
Yeah, where Peter shouldn't be
Yeah.
anywhere near helping, but he's still there.
Yeah.
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 I kind of want these to exist now. I'm sad.
We're
'Cause they
getting
don't-
Aquaman this year. It's okay.
Why do I feel like we're better at this than they are?
I don't know. Because we're just kidding.
Well, I mean, producing it is harder. I understand that.
Yeah.
But like building a story is not. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like that though. I didn't know that much about Blue Beetle until now, and I'm kind of curious now. Might go read up on him.
Oh yeah,
See what he's all about.
yeah, it's really cool because his suit's super cool.
Is he in any of like the Justice League animated stuff?
Yeah, I don't believe so.
That's sad.
Yeah, I know he was in Injustice too. He had some small parts.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you fight with him?
Mm-hmm. Like if you do the story mode or the tower mode,
gotcha.
to do that, you can play as him.
Sweet.
I'm pretty sure that's the version I was talking about too.
Yeah.
Like a teenager from El Paso.
That's sick. We need to. I wish those existed. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I like that one too because we weren't fighting each other. We're just like,
it's a pitch.
Both of these are good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it gives us more options instead of always arguing or trying to find something to argue. We can always pitch or something.
True.
Because originally I was going to replace one of the existing Marvel characters with a non-existing one.
Yeah,
and
we do a lot of Marvel stuff though.
Yeah, but it would have been hard because a lot of them are really important.
Replace an existing Marvel character.
So one of the Avengers or Guardians or something with someone that's not in the movie.
Well, shit, I would have done Spider-Man, but they did that already. That would have been my first thing. Like, as a kid that grew up with all that, I read a lot of Spider-Man comics when I was a kid just because I had them.
Yeah.
Not seeing Spider-Man in, like, the Marvel, I was like, this is weird. And then they finally got him in there. I was like, okay, sick.
Yeah.
You know? Because he's like, I mean, without a doubt, Spider-Man's their, like,
number one
character,
mm-hmm.
you know? So, I cannot believe they sold him.
Right.
It's all right. Got him back. It's okay.
Yeah.
I'm excited for Homecoming, man. I've been seeing, like...
Far From Home?
Yeah, sorry. I've been seeing set photos and stuff like that. And I'm just like, I'm really stoked for that movie. I don't know why. It's a nice ringtone.
I know, it's
I like
nice.
that. All right, you got it. You got an unpopular opinion or a sleeper this week?
Both.
You have both?
Yeah.
Good, because I don't have either. I just haven't.
That's fine. And there's always last minute things
Absolutely.
to come up with. I'll do my sleeper first because I want to end on my unpopular opinion.
Oh.
So I was just sitting at home. It was like 8, and we're all home. And I was like, let's watch a movie. So, and I looked at my movies that we own, and I own Kong Skull Island on there.
Okay.
Which was one of my favorite movies in the last couple of years that's came out. Like, I enjoyed about everything except for one small detail in it.
What is it?
But,
what's the small detail?
so I was waiting for that.
There's just a little button on the side you can flick.
I know, but I like hearing that. You know. Tom Hiddleston, his character.
Hiddleston.
Him too. He's basically useless in the movie. It's not like he brings anything. He's a tracker.
He's pretty.
Exactly. He's just name power, star power.
I agree with that completely.
That's the only bad thing about the movie, I'd say. But I enjoyed every minute of it.
Absolutely. That movie is insane.
Yeah.
There's one part of that movie that freaks me the fuck out. Dude.
Which part?
You could probably guess it. There's a lot of giant creatures in that movie, but there's one that just,
Is it the spider?
Yes.
Oh, with the long legs?
Yes.
That was creepy.
Dude,
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I think when I was a kid, right? You know when you ever had fever dreams?
Oh, yeah. I used to have the same dreams once a year.
Normally, exactly. That would happen to me all the time. I'd get a fever. I normally got, when you're a kid, you get sick all the time because you go
Your
to school.
immune system's
Well, you go
buns.
to school and a booger, like, infesting. Yeah, you're about to slip off the thing.
It's okay.
No, we almost made it.
It's good for now.
We're gonna make it. We got like 5 minutes.
It's okay.
So, and you get sick all the time, right? I had a fever dream of just humongous, like, spiders just walking around,
man.
and dude, that movie just brought it to life. And
You
I
know,
was like,
you know what mine was as a kid? So the house I lived in elementary school, the house across the street was super old and creepy.
You talking about where your dad?
No, where I lived during elementary school, so this was before I met you.
Okay.
The one behind Sonic. At first,
Okay.
Yeah.
I actually know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so that one, and it was during the time Monster House came out, And the house across the street from it reminded me of it, and I used to have nightmares of that all the time.
Damn.
Dude.
I used to also have a nightmare. This wasn't a fever dream. This was just like a consistent nightmare. And it was whenever it was storming out, this would happen. And it was, do you remember Spider-Man 1?
Mm-hmm.
I watched that movie when I was like way too young. You remember when he throws the bomb and they all explode into like skeletons and dust? Dude, I used to run across my house, right? And you know how I have that long hallway from my room to my parents'
Yes.
back?
Yeah.
And then there's that window, right? Well, whenever it'd be storming, it would just like psh, and it would lightning, and it would reflect off of. I have this itty bitty little pond in front of my house, and it would just like. And I used to always think it was the Green Goblin like flying on his little thing. I was very young. Let's just be clear, like 4 years old. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, fever dreams.
Yeah.
Glad I don't have those anymore. Actually, I do. I just wake up and I go, never mind. When you're a kid, though,
I had one.
I had one last year. I got really, really sick, and I took some NyQuil, and that shit will do some weird stuff to you. So, but what's it called? Yeah, so that's your sleeper.
Yeah.
Yeah, that scene
Because
really
that was a really good movie.
brought my fever dreams back to life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that movie a lot.
And did a good job of setting up stuff afterwards with not ruining the movie trying to set up stuff afterwards.
I agree with that completely.
So it's good. Ready for my unpopular opinion?
I don't know if I am, but I'm ready.
Oh, that's good, man. So it's that time of the year, holiday season, right? And which one's next?
Thanksgiving.
No, there's one in like 2 days.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant after that.
Oh, no.
Halloween, my least favorite.
Okay, I'm glad you said that. Halloween is the dumbest.
It's the fucking dumbest holiday.
The dumbest
is it
holiday
not?
ever. Like, listen.
People love that shit too.
Why do I have to go out of my way to buy a bag of candy for $20 for people to come to my house? Like, that's the opposite of 364 other days of the year. And as a kid, like, the number one rule you're taught is like, don't take candy from strangers. But it's okay. It's this one day of the year you can from strangers in costumes where you can't see them.
So fucking dumb.
But you're allowed to this one day.
But it's like the reason you don't take candy from strangers all other time is because they're trying to get you into their van.
Yeah.
And the other thing I hate so much about Halloween is the 2018 / last few years ism of it. Like, I'm at my I went down to my grandma's this weekend. They were talking about Halloween.
Yeah.
And my grandma's like, you got to be careful. And I was like, what do you mean? And she's like, you got to be careful with the candy they give you. I'm like, there has been zero big fat zero reported cases of anyone giving out fucking poisoned candy. Like, it's a meme on iFunny. It's like, oh, look at this apple. Make sure your kids don't get this apple. It's just full of razor blades. It's like,
yeah.
Nobody is going out of their way to give poison candy out to kids on Halloween. It's the dumbest thing.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God.
Yeah. Because we don't know in our neighborhood, we're not sure if there's enough if kids are going to be coming or not. So we got something in case, but we're just going to leave a bowl out. I'm going to write on it. Just be, please take one or don't. I'm a sign, not a cop. Or just, please take whatever you want. Just leave our bowl.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, if you're the first kid and you really want to take the whole bowl, just dump it all in there. That'll be my night over real quick. You know what I mean?
Just don't take our bowl.
Man, I don't get it. I don't know if it's I'm just being a Scrooge or what.
Well, even as a kid, I never really got excited for Halloween.
Me neither. I don't like dressing up. I'm just not a fan.
Yeah. And if costumes were cool, like as a kid, they're all like a onesie with some lame design on it.
What the hell are costumes? They're all so bad.
Yeah. I mean, because it's always some onesie with some plastic mask
and I'm gonna sound like
the accessories.
Exactly. And I'm gonna sound like an old person right here, but Halloween gets even worse the older you get.
Yeah.
Because when you get into college, it's just a bunch of girls hoeing it out. It's like, will you fucking relax? Like,
yeah.
It's like, it feels like the same thing as St. Patrick's Day. It's like, just because it's a holiday doesn't mean you need to show everyone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And no offense, I'm not body shaming or anything like that, but it also gives girls that like should not be showing that much a reason to show that much. Do you know what I mean?
Modesty.
Exactly. Modest is hottest, man.
There you go.
Get you a costume that covers things up.
It'd be something like
funny
or smart, not some
like
slutty cat.
Exactly.
Don't be that.
Or just a slut.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna do that, just go out as a slut. Just wear a bra and some panties and go. What are you dressed up as? Oh, I'm a hoe. Hi. So dumb, dude. This is a dumb holiday.
Yeah.
Also, Halloween parties are just another wicked excuse to get wasted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As a college/adult, it's like once you get past actually going out for candy. Oh wait, there's 3 stages of Halloween. There's going to get shitty candy / that one person that gives out pencils. And then there's drunk slutty parties. And then there's taking your kids to go get shitty candy. That's the 3 stages of Halloween, and to me, all 3 of them suck.
Yeah.
I don't want anything to do with either.
Yeah,
yeah, that's doo-doo. Christmas is so much better. I fucking love Christmas, dude. Not just for the gifts. I just love the vibes.
Same for Thanksgiving for me, anyway.
I can't eat that shit, dude. Half of the stuff you put on the table, I'm like...
Well, like Friendsgiving. Anyway, we get to make what we want.
Lit. Yeah, Friendsgiving was lit. Friendsgiving was really good.
Yeah.
Friendsgiving. What an old school thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what have you been doing this week?
You're
playing FIFA before you came over here. You're like, let me finish this game of FIFA.
Yeah, I had time to play. You weren't ready for me. So.
No, I was like, go for it, man.
Yeah. Been playing FIFA. Been a lot of that. Finished. Me and Brooke watched American Vandal season 2.
Is it any good?
That's right.
Okay.
You can tell it's Netflix level acting, but that's fine. It actually had a pretty cool twist at the end. Gotcha. Instead of, because the first season was who did it, we found out who did it. This season was, I'm not gonna spoil it for you. Unless
dang, I actually do want to watch it.
Okay.
I remember I watched the last episode of the first season with you, and I went back and watched the whole thing.
Right. Yeah. So it wasn't like plain and simple answer in the very end.
Got it.
So
yeah, they basically figure out who did it pretty early, and then it's just a further exploration of proving that, and you also figure out a few things that you weren't supposed to know. They figure out a few things they weren't supposed to know.
Yeah.
Like about him and his girlfriend, and right? Like stuff that they dug too deep. Remember all that?
Mm-hmm.
Man, you were just a popular guy.
It's just the 2-minute thing. If you get a text 2 minutes later, it'll just
Is it Brooke?
One of them was, yeah. That was my dad.
Gotcha. I've been watching Daredevil season 3.
I heard that was really good.
Dude, I'm on a Discord, like a game that I play, and someone said season 3 is weak, and I'm like 4 or 5 episodes in, and I'm like, I love it. Should I hate it? Am I wrong?
I've heard nothing but good.
Me too. Vincent D'Onofrio, have you seen what he tweeted? Like, people were asking, is Netflix going to cancel Daredevil 3? And Vincent D'Onofrio just tweeted, nope. I mean, he's not the authority, you know what I mean? But like, that would be sick if they didn't, because I feel like that's realistically the only good one. I would have said that about Jessica Jones, but season 2 ruined that. Jessica Jones season 1 is like perfect. Just don't touch it. It's good.
Yeah.
And then season 2 is doo-doo. All right.
I think you're good.
Next week, what are we doing?
Avengers and... So Iron Man 3?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
I'm not excited for Iron Man 3, but Avengers is good.
Yeah.
We'll talk
we'll
2 minutes.
What we did last week.
2 minutes about Iron Man 3 and straight into Avengers.
Yes.
All right. Sounds good.
Don't know what list or anything is.
Okay.
Yet, so.
All right. Peace.
See ya.